Energy Woodward Sports Network on a Victory Thursday. Yes, I'm calling it. Am I being extra a little bit? Yeah, I probably am. But you know what? I don't care because I wasn't expecting this 3 weeks ago.
Well, isn't it the time in the last 2 years for the extra? If there's any day to be able to be focused on the Red Wings or to talk about them, this is sort of maybe the high point of the last couple of years.
No question.
Here, 4-game win streak, just one in Edmonton, 2 on the road, can do something in that conversation.
Tonight, excuse me,
tonight's
against Calgary.
The Battle of D-Mac. I see it on there. Detroit and Calgary.
D-Mac, this is the biggest Red Wings game there's been in 7 years, 8 years.
Yeah, because of what they've done.
That's factual.
Right, for where they're at. Now, it doesn't mean, it's
factual.
Now, yes, to your point, to the letter of your words, maybe, but it ain't the end all be all. And this is going to be a tough game. Anytime you got a team waiting at home for a visiting team on a back-to-back. But again, don't count these guys out. This is a bigger game than win. I think on the bigger scale of things, Neil, what last night meant is that I was thinking about this when they're up 4-2, and you could see, Edmonton's Edmonton. They're going to get their chances. Their top 2 guys almost got 200 points combined, right? Which is ridiculous, and you're just over the All-Star game. But what I was thinking is that, okay, if you can get a win, you're thinking, if you can get a point here tonight, get it to overtime, take this point from Edmonton, because you're not counting on it. You end up getting 2 points. So tonight, if you can get that point, right, and coming off being 2-0-1, so you get a point at the minimum in Calgary, with a couple games left on this road trip.
Anything you get tonight is found money.
So now the difference between the consistency of earlier in the year and have they learned, can they build on it? Can they pick up the found money? Because earlier they couldn't. Last year they couldn't. They put themselves in this new air where they're consistently, punching. Do they continue to do that? I believe that they can, right? Again, it comes down to that, playing more of that consistent 60-minute game. Also, too, I mentioned face-offs. Shows you how important a power play can be. Last night, you were against arguably the greatest power play in the history of the NHL. Right? If you saw the stat on the board, they're 31% and I think the Oilers are 32%. Right? Unbelievable clip. You were playing against that. You kept them at 1-3, which, by the way, what is the biggest difference stat-wise in the Wings? They were clicking in the last night's game at a 91.7% penalty kill, right? All these things that your coach, Derek Lalonde, was preaching at training camp.
That was over 11 games, too. It's not nothing.
So all this stuff, right, where I said the 1-1-3, all these systems, guys, takes time for guys to buy in, for guys to buy into each other, for me not to be thinking, is he there, and reacting and showing. Now you're seeing the fruit. Now it's starting to be more consistent, and you're seeing it more game in and out. And I can't say enough, because if Ville Husso doesn't play as well as Ville Husso does, you don't have a chance to win, which can be a problem if he gets tired out, right? Like if coming into the season playing more games than he has in the past. So these are things to watch out for. We're going to need whoever the backup goalie is to come in when he's asked upon and to steal a game, so to speak, or to give the team a chance to win. But Neil, this is all this stuff, right? Remember how with the Lions team, we watched Hard Knocks, we heard Dan Campbell say, trust me, the things that you do now will pay off in the future. Well, it's the same thing as what Derek Lalonde said, and it's the same sort of time frame, right, of where it's starting to click. So that's what I see more of. More of the consistency, more of the excitement, more of the fact that, oh my gosh, you can win a face-off when you need to. Oh, you really need to win this one? Oh, okay, you did. Oh, we need a power play goal here. Oh, it looks good. Power play looks good. Oh, you got rewarded. Different guys. So it's right there. To me, they're ascending. Oh, and by the way, for anybody who didn't know this, remember yesterday we talked a little bit about the Miners? Simon Edvinsson just threw up 4 points in a five goal win last night for the Griffins. So just if you're wondering if the minor league guys are doing anything, or the guys that are supposed to come up and support eventually. So and you said it earlier, Neil. Out of any of the sports teams in this town, this is the most must-see TV.
Absolutely it is. And you get another chance tonight. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Answer 14 says, easy, Neil. You have the double espresso this morning. And Answer, look, man, like, they deserve to be talked about. They deserve for you to get excited about because it's the only glimmer of hope we've had. For real, it is. I mean, the Lions were nice for a minute there, but the writing was pretty much on the wall after they lost to Carolina. They had to be perfect coming down the second half of the season, and that was too big of an ask. You got a shot here.
Thomas,
you got a shot.
Got a shot like Thomas Perry. You're welcome for the steak sandwich upgrade for lunch. And, like LG, Let's Go Red Wings Sparty. Yes, you nailed it. Now you're seeing what these signings of the Perrons and the Mattas with the history of being Stanley Cup winners and that professionalism. One of the things that came out of Michael Rasmussen's mouth in the interview that really heard is that the guys that are in that locker room, not only do they have continuity, but they're professionals and they teach. Michael Rasmussen said, "What are you learning?" I'm learning how to be the best professional I can be by all the guys around. And those are the Sherratts and the Perrons and the Mattas and guys like that. And then you use the experience. Interviewed David Perron last night. He was part of that St. Louis team that had 34 points in January and came back, made the playoffs, and won the cup. Anything's possible. So you can, these are conversations that guys, when they're working out or when they're in treatment or they're on the plane or, hey, what was it like then? So you can really, really, benefit from that. At the end of the day, you got to go out and perform and produce. But these guys if you see, Dylan Larkin's feeling himself right now, which is awesome. Because when the brightest lights are on at the most important time, that's when you see what guys are made of, and you really see what this guy's made of. And it makes me so proud of him, just personally and stuff like that. But you're starting to see why this team. You can explain the why of they're putting themselves again. And Neil, we're getting excited here on a Thursday because this is probably the most excited we could be about the Red Wings in the last few years.
Especially in February.
But it's going to get down to the last week of the season where we're going to be in the same position. Hopefully we're excited because we're going to have to win a couple games. And it might be that disappointing like it was watching Seattle win, but we had to go into Green Bay to win. It might be like that. At the end of the year, I'm feeling it out. But you never know.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Tammy Chin says, I even stayed up to watch that one. Tammy, so did I. I had no business being up that late, but then again, there I was. And I paid the price this morning. The engines were a little slow to fire up this morning, but then we jumped on the treadmill at Planet Fitness, and now we're now we're in here and we're getting it done. There is no doubt.